Morning guys, just out here in my shed and I'm just going to let you know a little bit about Gillies Patch. You may have seen it on Facebook. I do a lot of advertising through Facebook. So Gillies Patch is a watering and garden business. So if you're thinking, well, what are you doing? Like what in the hell are you doing? What I'm doing is that I want to help people, not so much mowing, there's enough mowers out there. I want to do more garden maintenance. I want to show you how to correct your pH in your soil. I want to show you how to get all the worms and all the microbacteria in there. I want to show you how to compost and how to do it efficiently so that we can all be a little bit eco-friendly and use some of our cardboard from our houses, some of our veggie scraps, some of our bills that we get in the mail, and put them into the compost and use that kind of material so that it's cutting down our waste, but it's also feeding that back into your veggie patches or your flower patches or whatever you're doing. So that's the garden side. The water side of this business is, you can probably see in the background here, that's an Oya. So this is actually called an Oya. So it's from the Middle East, in China. They've used them for 40,000 years, like a lot of time. And they use them in places that are arid, dry countries that are prone to drought. So how they work is, I've got one here in my little hands. So you basically bury this up to about there in the soil or the garden or the plot of land or whatever you're putting it in, and then you fill this with water. So what happens is, say this is your plant, that's your soil, here's your soil, that's your plant, here's all my roots. This directly waters to the roots of the plant. It helps with keeping the soil a consistent temperature, even through those really, really hot stages. So when it was getting to about 40 degrees here in Gundawindi, it got to about 21, 22 degrees in my soil and stayed consistent. And with me watering them every 3 days in summer and once a week in winter, I had enough continuous moisture in the soil and at a consistent temperature that all my plants thrived. Like I had beans that gave me 1 kilo a week of beans in the hottest parts of summer that flourished. I looked around and compared mine to other ones. I even took some temperature tests, and in other beds they were 31 degrees where mine was 21. That could have been from a whole bunch of different things, but these were the one contributing factor that I had in there that made it that way. Another thing I want to mention is Gillies Patch, the name, where it comes from. So Gillies Patch actually comes from my love of horticulture, but Gillies refers to Gilly. And that is a nickname that both my father and myself have had over the years. And when I was coming up with a name for my business, I wanted something that had a little bit of a meaning, something that resonated with me, not just a creative name. I wanted something that sort of was to my family. So Gillies, my last name is Gill, the nickname Gilly. That's where the name comes from. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys what I'm doing, how these work. So these are a prototype. What I eventually will do is I'll get a pottery wheel and I will take videos of it. This is going to be hilarious. I'm going to make these, instead of out of 2 terracotta pots stuck together with silicon, I'm actually going to buy a pottery wheel, and I've already got clay here, and I'm going to work out how to actually make pots out of clay. There is a few people in town that fire them, so I'm pretty excited about that. I don't think that'll be an issue. The fun part will be watching me sitting on a pottery wheel failing a couple of times, but that's okay. I'm happy to do that. This is all a journey. This is all an experience, so hopefully maybe in the next month or two. At the moment I am between a couple of jobs, and I don't really have enough time to be sitting on a pottery wheel, but and then maybe in the next couple of months I will get that videos going, get it rolling, and show you what happened and how I struggled and how I didn't struggle. Maybe I'll go fantastically fun the first time, I'm not sure. But so yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys what Gillies Patch was and how it works. I do have some pretty exciting things that might eventuate in the next couple of weeks, but I really have to let real estates and other creative minds like mine help me push this forward. There could be talks of maybe a market garden somewhere, as in I will grow all the stuff from market garden and then through avenue sell it, but that's just an idea. I am getting a fair lot of business through Gillies Patch, through Facebook, through people that just want general help in their gardens, and that's the idea. Gillies Patch is there to help. It's there to help people answer the questions of, oh, I've had this patch for a couple of years and nothing grows in it. What can I do? And I always start off with a pH test. I just recently went to a gentleman's farm, well, not farmhouse, and seen his 2 or 3 veggie patches, and we did a pH soil test, and it was incredibly acidic. And what happens when something's incredibly acidic or incredibly alkaline is that it sort of locks all the nutrients in the soil and doesn't let your plants absorb it and get it from it. So what we did is we actually put in some dolomite lime. We put some dolomite lime, we put some hay in there, we put some horse poo in there, and we mixed it all around. And my suggestion to him was that in 2 or 3 weeks I'd be coming back and be doing another pH test and see where it is. And then we'd be adding the right dosage of lime and that again if it needs it, to bring it back down, and then go from there. So that's just like a little taste of what some things I do, as well as just helping people in their patches, pruning stuff back, giving you advice, that kind of thing. So yeah, just wanted to make a little bit of a video about me and my Olas and about Gillies Patch.